Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Where does all this leftist insanity come from? You know, in cases where you see, let's call them bad apples, usually you'll hear something like it starts at home, it comes from home, how you were raised. Well, in the case of leftist insanity, it seems like it really comes from colleges and universities. There's before and after. It seems like the same culture is kind of taking over in high schools as well these days. And at some point it seems like Antifa indoctrination is going to start a daycare, for Pete's sakes. But you always see these before and afters, you know, these before radical feminism, before intersectional feminist ideology indoctrination, and after. Well, it might as well be before college and after. You have a perfectly normal human being, a regular suburb kid, goes into the higher education system and comes out a Portland mugshot. And it's because of these teachers, these professors, these professional grifters who have latched onto the academic system where they LARP as radical leftist revolutionaries, injecting young minds with grievance politics poison, a dash of communism. And of course, you can't have a leftist revolution without violent rhetoric and violent actions. These radical professors are at the core of all of it, and this radical professor, Shailene Rodriguez, is one of the worst offenders. There's a viral clip currently bouncing around the internet where this communist university professor literally pulls a knife on a New York Post reporter. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. The craziness continues. The radical left is at it once again as Joe Biden and the FBI continue to tell us that the biggest threat of extremism is white supremacy and MAGA ideology. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so we're gonna start off with this video first. Remember this leftist freakout that we covered just a couple days ago?
You're not educating shit. This is propaganda. What are you gonna do? Like anti-trans next? Is that what you're gonna do next?
I mean, no, we're talking about abortion.
This is bullshit. This is violent. You're triggering my students.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
No, you're not. Because
I'm
you can't
sorry,
even have a baby. So you don't
true.
even know
That
what
is
that
true.
is.
That
You
is
don't even
true.
know what this is. Get this shit out of here, yo. This shit.
Well, that right there is leftist radical professor Shailene Rodriguez. Just a lovely woman. A New York professor really educating the minds of the next generation to be contributing members of society. Well, that clip went pretty damn viral, shared millions upon millions of times across the internet on multiple different platforms. She clearly outed herself as being a complete psychopath, exhibiting the exact type of leftist behavior that we see from students alike. You see where they get it from? Well, after that viral clip, the New York Post showed up to her place of residence, simply doing what journalists do, very cordially and peacefully asking for an interview or for her to answer some questions in relation to the video. Not exactly crazy stuff. I mean, I wouldn't be thrilled if journalists were knocking at my front door. I'd probably tell them to leave and I'm not answering any questions. That's what a normal, rational, adult human being would do in a situation like that. A leftist radical, well, this was the reaction.
Away from my door. Get the away from my door.
Let's get out of here. You can't do that.
Away from my door. Get the away from my door.
Let's get out of here. You can't do that.
Now, of course, since we're on YouTube, we had to blur the object that was in her hand, but it was a knife, it was a blade, it looked to be a small handheld machete, roughly half the size of a regular machete, but the same sort of silhouette. She rushes out the door and places the blade right along the person's neck. Absolutely insane. And of course, typical to these situations, leftoids are leaping to her defense. I know, crazy. Some people are even arguing that it's self-defense and she was simply defending her home from two journalists literally just standing there asking questions. Yeah, that doesn't fly. Nobody barged into her home. Nobody made an aggressive motion towards her, putting her in bodily harm or potential bodily harm. She comes out of the door in an aggressive manner and threatens the journalist with a damn machete. I have to admit the journalist himself had some freaking balls of steel. The guy didn't even flinch. But this is what it's like dealing with radical activists and radical communists. This is typical behavior. It's not out of the norm. And you can tell that she knows she did something wrong. You can tell that she is screwed, that she played a stupid game, a real stupid game, and she's about to win a stupid prize. You can tell that she's effing around and finding out by this reaction right over here. She puts the deadly weapon to the man's throat, and then immediately as she looks left and notices that she's being recorded, it's one of those, oh moments. Oh shit, not me, not now. Immediately retreating back into her home and probably suffering a total mental breakdown on the inside, knowing that she probably just ruined her entire life. And that is exactly what should happen. After a little bit of pressure, we got a breaking update. Woke pro-abortion New York City professor fired after threatening New York Post reporter with a machete. Shailene Rodriguez, the pro-abortion teacher. I don't know why they keep calling her the pro-abortion teacher. It goes much beyond that. I mean, just a pro-communist leftist revolutionary freak teacher who was filmed threatening a reporter by holding a machete to his neck has reportedly been fired from her job as a professor at Hunter College. Here's the statement released by the college. Hunter College strongly condemns the unacceptable actions of Shailene Rodriguez and has taken immediate action, school spokesman Vince DiMaselli told the New York Post. Rodriguez has been relieved of her duties at the college effective immediately and will not be returning to teach at the school. And so, communist radical Shailene Rodriguez has officially effed around and found out. She played stupid games and now she's winning a stupid prize, but it should not end here. Charges should be immediately pressed. This woman should be in prison. I'm no lawyer, but it seems like aggravated assault or assault with a deadly weapon. Based on the definition of assault with a deadly weapon, it's a crime in which you attack or threaten someone with a dangerous weapon or object. A prosecutor must prove the following two elements to successfully convict you of this offense. You assaulted someone and you did so using a deadly weapon. It's literally on video. There's video evidence of her doing exactly that. Did she cause bodily harm? No, but it's not even necessarily a prerequisite to being found guilty or being prosecuted with this crime. So the question is, Alvin Bragg, where are you? I'm pretty sure this is in New York City. Where are the charges? At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they simply don't even look to charge this woman. Why? Because she has special privilege. It's called leftist privilege. Somebody so clearly unhinged and violent must be made an example of. Enough is enough. And enough with these leftoids thinking they can do what they want and get away with what they want because they're on the politically protected side. This person is a violent radical and frankly a grifter and a manipulator. Just to add on to the whole character profile to show you exactly who this Mrs. Rodriguez person is, she's actually currently involved in a legal battle with the New York City Police Department. News has also surfaced surrounding a legal battle between Rodriguez and the New York Police Department over claims that law enforcement officials abused her after she was detained in the Bronx in June of 2020 during the George Floyd riots. I'm purposely misreading that sentence, by the way. According to Rodriguez's suit, upon telling the arresting officer that her restraints were overly tight, they yanked on her zip ties hard, tightening them even further, resulting in her yelling out in pain. Oh, the horror! And she is now alleging that injuries sustained from the incident have negatively affected, quote, her ability to make art. Okay, sure. A typical con artist lawsuit. These people are simply unbelievable, and these are the people that are teaching the next generation. Maybe not at every single college or university or every single program or field of study, but there's a whole bunch of them, especially in social studies. Actual crazy leftist radicals, violent, angry people who are corrupting the minds of our youth. This is yet again another example. And let's just finish off this video by telling Alvin Bragg to do his damn job and prosecute this woman instead of wasting his time with this ridiculous Donald Trump indictment on crimes that he can't even define. Welcome to Clown World. That's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Of course, you know that we'd love to see you join the Liberal Hive Mind community. Thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you on the next one.